Welcome back. Reminder of the top stories here on Al Jazeera. An Al Jazeera crew has filmed a Syrian government missile attack on a camp for displaced civilians in the north of the country. It comes amid a government offensive to retake the rebel-held Idlib province that's caused hundreds of thousands of people to flee the area. Palestine's President Mahmoud Abbas has told the PLO Central Council that the Palestinian Authority will never accept Washington's decision to recognise Jerusalem as Israel's capital. But other Palestinian factions, including Hamas and Islamic Jihad, have declined an invitation to the event, citing disagreements over the response to Trump's policy. And hundreds of people have protested in the Tunisian capital to mark 7 years since the revolution that sparked the Arab Spring. Anger has risen over new austerity measures after a year of rising prices. One of the world's biggest dairy companies says it will pay damages to families affected by its contaminated baby milk. French company Lactalis was accused of trying to cover up the extent of the salmonella contamination at one of its plants. Now, in a rare media interview, CEO Emmanuel Besnier has admitted the problem affects 83 countries, where about 12 million tins of powdered baby milk are being recalled. Lawsuits have been filed by families who say their children suffered salmonella poisoning after drinking the milk. At least 30 are known to have fallen ill in France and one in Spain. Natasha Butler reports.
After weeks of silence over the contaminated baby milk powder scandal, the boss of French company Lactalis has responded to critics who say the manufacturer covered up the extent of the risk. Emmanuel Besnier has told a French newspaper, "Our priority has always been to handle the crisis and make sure that no more children become sick. We have never minimised the risk of salmonella. We consider that there was no breach of procedures on our side." In December, Lactalis began recalling some of its baby milk products in France. It had discovered the salmonella bacteria in this factory in the northwest. But it's only now that the extent of the contamination has become clear. Lactalis has now withdrawn 12 million tins of baby formula from more than 80 countries. Salmonella can be deadly for young children, and dozens of families in France say that their children became sick after drinking Lactalis baby milk. They have filed lawsuits against the company, saying that it tried to hide the risks and failed to help.
Families were lied to shamelessly, and that the fear was spread by the telephone helpline number, which was provided at the time. How can you believe an operator who tells you that your milk is not affected, but then, 3 weeks later, you learn that it is?
The French President Emmanuel Macron says Lactalis could face penalties. And on Friday, the finance minister said the government would do everything possible to end the crisis.
Lactalis
will take back all baby milk products manufactured at Craon, regardless of their production date, from wherever it is being sold, and in particular from supermarkets and chemists. The aim of this radical step is simple: to avoid delays, problems in sorting batches, and the risk of human error.
Lactalis' boss says his company has launched its own investigation and will pay damages to the salmonella victims. For parents, the focus will be on making sure their children are not exposed to the life-threatening bacteria. Natasha Butler, Al Jazeera, Paris.
Pope Francis has held a